Hey guys, hope you're well. I had a few requests from some fiddlers on my Patreon page about making a video of only embellishments. So I thought I would pick 10 embellishments, finger embellishments and bowing embellishments that we've been using quite a bit and just have them condensed into a short little video. So I thought we could try it in real time with a melody that we all know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So the first embellishment note will be a grace note. So a grace note is hitting a note higher in tone than your melody note. So if our melody note is F sharp, which is first on E, our embellishment note will be the note above it. So in this example, we'll use the G note. So it's almost like a little flicker. So that's slowly. Try that. And then quickly it's... So if we were to try that as an example with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, one more time. So our next embellishment is a bowing embellishment, and it's a cut or a triplet. So it consists of 3 notes, down, up, down, and it's all on the same melody. So if we want to use that first on E or F sharp note that we did for the last one, for the grace note, then it would look like this, slowly, and then quickly. So if we want to try that with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, on that first F sharp note, it's... One more time. So our next embellishment will be a slur. And a slur is just 2 or more notes with the same bow direction. So if we want to try that with the F sharp and then to an E note, so our first on E to an open E, all on an up bow, we'll see what that looks like. F sharp, E. F sharp, E. So you're not changing the bow, it's all going up. So let's try that with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And the very last 2 notes of that first phrase, the F sharp and the E, we'll put on an up bow. So it's up, up. One more time. Up, up. Our next embellishment is another bowing embellishment, and it's a drone. And this is where it can get a bit tricky because we are playing 2 strings at once. We're not only focusing on 1 string with our bow, but we're having the bow on 2 strings at a time. And it's playing an open string alongside the melody notes. So if we want to do our F sharp again, which is our first on E, and then try doing our A note, open A note with it as well, it kind of looks like this. That's a drone. And if we were to do a melody, that's kind of droning that whole melody, that random melody there. But if we want to try it to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, let's try it on the F sharp notes, the 2 F sharp notes, and then the E note at the end of the phrase. So it'll be like this. Again. So that leads us to our next embellishment, which is a double stop. And a double stop consists of 2 notes, basically a 2-note chord. So let's try it with that same F sharp note, and then with a 3rd on A, which is a D note. So those together are a 2-note chord, which is a D chord. And for the fun of it, because we're playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, the 2nd on A, the high 2nd on A, is our C sharp note. And then if you combine that with your open E, you get an A chord. So let's try that with the first phrase of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. See how you're kind of creating some chords there? So as a bit of a sub note to the double stop, I want to talk about our fourth finger, our little pinky finger, which sometimes doesn't get used as much as it should. But your fourth finger is essentially the same note as the string beside it. So if we're playing a fourth on A, which is our E note, it's going to be our same as our open E, and we combine them together. And that happens everywhere. Fourth on D is an A note. Fourth on G is a D note. So if we want to try our fourth finger on our A string instead of the open E for just the first part of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it would kind of look like this. Or if you want to combine them, you just get a bit more fuller of a sound. So our next embellishment will be a hammer-on, a finger embellishment. And basically it starts with the embellishment note lower than your melody note. So if our melody note is first on E, which is our F sharp note, our embellishment note will be open E. So it'll just be, it's like you're hammering on your first finger there. And this is just an example of a note. Obviously you can use this on any note. But if we were to use this in an example for Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with our first F sharp note, it'd be. So that's slow, it's just so. So if you notice, they're all really subtle. They happen so fast, but they make such a huge difference when they're all combined together. If that was a little too simple for you, we can try doing a hammer-on with our fourth on A, or our E note, with our C sharp. So it'll be our middle finger that will be the embellishment. So. Hear the. So again. Embellishment number 7 is a pull-off, and it's kind of the opposite of the hammer-on, really. It starts with the embellishment note above the melody note. So if we were to use our F sharp as our melody note, then our G note would be the embellishment that pulls off from. So slowly it looks like this. But quickly. So if we were to use that in example with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on our F sharp note, our same melody note. So that's quickly. Once again, it's all very subtle, but makes big differences. So the next embellishment will be another finger embellishment, and it's the warble. And it's kind of the opposite of the grace note. You're embellishing with the note lower in tone and then coming back to your melody note. So if our melody note is F sharp, then we're going to embellish with the open E note. So slowly it just kind of looks like this. And then quickly. So as an example, if we try it with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with that first F sharp note. There we go. Let's try another bowing embellishment. This is a staccato. And staccato is just bouncing your bow. That's all it is. So if we were to try that with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, just bounce your bow. So our last embellishment will be a loop, a bow embellishment. So it's basically just two notes together with a slur, but you apply pressure to the second note. So if we're using an F sharp note, we're going to go down, down, but with the second down, it's going to just have a bit more pressure on the bow. So it'll just be like this. Instead of just, we're going to go. So if we want to try the whole first line of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star like that, let's just try it, because there are two notes individually, and we'll put pressure on the second note. So it'd be like. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope it helps you with your tune playing and tune learning. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Just leave them in the comments below.